Stephanie Stitch's retreat was awesome. But it's now back to reality. Hi, and welcome to Quilt Meets World, where we have adventures in piecing and joy. I'm Ross, coming into my sewing room. It has been 2 weeks and a ton has happened. First, it was the end of Vlogmas. That was a lot of fun, but I am definitely glad it's over. Will I do it again? Probably, but I'm a sucker for punishment sometimes. It was a lot of fun to do. I had fun interacting with everybody, but it was also a lot of work. I won't be doing the bad jokes next year, so you are safe with that. Christmas was awesome. The last Vlogmas video I did was all about the awesomeness shared between me and my sister. That was, just wonderful. So you might want to go check out some of those Vlogmas videos. And then there was Stephanie Stitch's retreat. That was a ton of fun. I smiled probably the entire time. Meeting Stephanie, Steven, Walter, and Shannon, and all the awesome folks at the retreat was amazing. We had snacks for weeks, so nobody could have gone hungry there. And I think next year we might need a snack committee to make sure we don't go too overboard with the perishables, because we had to take home anything that we brought that wasn't eaten, or it would get tossed, and tossing some of those snacks would have been a disaster. I did start and finish a lot of projects at the retreat. The first thing I did was the Village Green Puzzle Mystery Quilt from Cotton Cuts. The first clues came out early last year. It's difficult to kind of say that, but that's when it was. And work was a little crazy when the first clues came out, so I was unable to start it. Every time that I attempted to start it, something else came up and something else came up. So eventually I decided that was what I was going to work on at the retreat. On day 1 of the retreat, I got clues 1 through 9 completed. Yeah, that was a lot of sewing. I'm doing the large, or did the large, for Village Green, so that's even more than I'm accustomed to doing the small with Carnival that I'm working on Stephanie Stitch's channel. The smalls tend to take about 45 minutes to an hour for each clue. The larges were about an hour to an hour 15, so not that much more, but it was still enough extra that I felt it. But the fact that I got them all done in one day amazed me. On day 2, I managed to get all the finishing in clue 10 complete. There was a lot of things to do. Getting all the puzzle pieces together was a lot of work, but I managed to get it. This was my first large puzzle mystery quilt, and will probably be my last, just because of how much extra work it was compared to my previous puzzle mystery quilt, which was a small. Plus, trying to get this on the long arm is going to be a little difficult. Toting all the fabric when it started to be its full size 72 by 72 was a lot of work, but it came out gorgeous. I will be sharing pictures of it in my scenes from the Fortnight a little bit later on in the video. After I finished my Village Green Puzzle Mystery Quilt, I worked on the holiday table runners from Cotton Cuts. I needed to finish mine that I did because, I was sewing up my neighbors, but I did mine in the same colorway as Stephanie. I think it was called Festive and Bright, but don't quote me on that at this point. And then I also purchased another colorway that I'm going to do as a giveaway, even though Christmas is a little bit behind us, but there's always next Christmas. I do need to get them quilted along with the first one. I bought some filler fabric so I can get everything loaded on the long arm. I just need a few minutes to get things loaded and worked on the long arm. After those 2 table runners, So at this point, we have a 72 by 72 quilt, two table runners that are, I think they were like 12 or 15 by 60. So pretty good sizes. I started working on gnomes. I wanted to get something else done, but I didn't have. Okay, my travel machine doesn't have a laser light, so I don't like to do half square triangles and flying geese. Maybe one day I'll find a way to get that resolved. But besides the point, I went on to some Cotton Cuts gnomes. So it was basically a Cotton Cuts retreat for me. I got 3 gnomes completed as well before I finally called it quits late on New Year's Eve. So yeah, that's 6 different projects that I started and finished. Well, one of them I didn't quite start at the retreat, but 6 that I finished, 5 that I started at the retreat in those, 4 days of the retreat. I did a lot. And then I came home. I probably had the shortest commute to and from the retreat. So I got home, it was a little after like 11:30 maybe. I don't know, I was so tired. We were up late and up early at the retreat. Percy came in and started yelling at me. And I was like, I'm sorry, I had to go away. And I picked him up, and he's just talking and a yelling and didn't want me to put him down. So he was definitely lecturing me. It wasn't until the next day that I realized exactly what he was yelling at me for. When I ended up filling Riley's food dish the next day, I found out that my neighbor had been putting Percy's food in Riley's food dish. Percy found it and everything, but he was basically telling me that my neighbor needs to be trained on where to put his food. On Tuesday, I went to work and dealt with all that craziness. I got to pick up Riley afterward, and she totally missed me. I did get told by daycare that she's got a new thing going on. She likes to pull the fluffy tails of other dogs. I kind of wonder if that was her way of flirting. The rest of the week has been crazy. It was an unexpected crazy. Year end isn't normally like this, but for some reason this year it is. I definitely blame the fact that we are dealing with this whole new system. That's why I had to work the couple days before the retreat so that my 2 counterparts each took 1 day, because I was like, I want to make sure I have my 2 days off for the retreat. And that worked out very well, but coming back in, it was still very crazy. Finally, though, this weekend in my sewing room, I got even more done. Saturday on my live for 11Zs, I got the flying geese blocks done in the Fort Worth Fabric Studio lighted up Christmas mystery quilt. Yes, I know Christmas was a whole month ago at this point. I'm sorry, not a whole month, but it was basically last month. I have a new computer setup, which you may or may not be hearing right now because I don't have my mics all configured correctly. But I was able to set up a dual camera mode for the live, and a lot of folks seem to really enjoy that. I'm going to work on tweaking that a little bit, try to get a little bit better angles, better quality. When I was viewing it up on my TV, it didn't quite look good, but viewing it on YouTube on my computer, it seemed to look okay. So I'm wondering if it's funkiness between the TV codecs and stuff and the computers. Either way, I'm going to be playing with my settings for a few weeks, and if you see something funky, let me know, because I may not know what's going on. Saturday evening, I was on with Stephanie Stitches on her Live at 5 as we worked on Clue 6 of the Carnival Puzzle Mystery Quilt. So last week I was working on all of Village Green. This week I am catching up on Clue 6, and I got my clues done and my sister's. If I can remember where I set them down. Here they are. See, I don't always plan what I have going on. This is one of the clues for my sister. There was 2 of those. Then there was 2 of this one, which her fabrics are looking so gorgeous in this art gallery, so it's very petable. And then finally we called these the "Oh, we're done" blocks because they are so small and easy to do. And I'm now looking at these and thinking I may have sewn these backwards based on what other people were showing. So I'm going to have to go look that up in a minute to see if I did those wrong. For my colorway, I am doing Ferris wheel. So this is one of the blocks. This is the second block, which I can see that one is right. And then the "Oh, we're done" blocks are these, and I'm looking at these, and one of these is definitely not right. So I'm gonna have to figure out which one is not right and get those resolved before I forget. See, that is an advantage of doing a recap on a vlog, because I can say, oh, that doesn't look like what I saw from other people. Today, my friend Steven of Bland Designs and the Idiot Quilter, he hosted a men's sew day on his Zoom. So there was a handful of us, and I got a good portion of the Fort Worth Fabric Studio mystery quilt done. I have it here. This one I did plan to show. I've gotten through these borders. And I just have to get, I think it's a black border and then the light bulbs and then a final border around it. Borders are my bane, so it's going to take me a little bit, but that's going to be what I'm hopefully going to work on this week. So there's been a lot of awesome things that came out of Stephanie's retreat here in Georgia. The first thing is she had a goodie table that people were able to put things on and take things if they found them interesting. So there was a few things that I found cool. There was this really fun cut. I believe it's Bonnie and Camille. She said, "Yep, Bonnie and Camille. Vintage Christmas." So I love everything Bonnie and Camille. I found these two really fun prints that I liked. This was one of the batiks from Stephanie's Rose's Holiday Your Way. And I thought that there was another Bonnie and... Oh, yeah, there is. It's right here. This one, which is just so gorgeous. So I grabbed those from the giveaway table. In addition to the giveaway table, we had some games. And one of the prizes that I won, because everybody gets a prize, was this little goodie bag. It's got a squared up pattern, but the main reason why I picked it, I'm sorry for the noise, is because it had this Thimble Blossoms pin. So that was the main reason. I will work on this project at some point in the near future. We also had a Secret Santa, and there was one gift that was just working its way around, and it was pretty fun. I ended up getting this really cool German tin. 1985 is the date on it, and inside the tin was a couple fat quarters. This one, which is a really dark navy, more of a royalish blue. I apparently have to get my video colors back in sync again. Another brighter blue, a blue and red multi, and this really fun pink. So I was excited to have this. Fun fact, I was born in Germany, and apparently, like, Stephanie had a little bit of a conversation, and I can't remember the whole thing, but I think she used to live near where I was born or something like that when she was younger. And then, y'all, Steven spoiled us. He gave us a giant goodie bag. I was looking for that ruler earlier. Everything in his goodie bags was awesome. This thread catcher, which of course has to have his trademark gnomes on it. I used this a bit to catch some threads. Mostly I ended up throwing things into the trash bin. He gave another really cool mug rug, obviously the gnomes. I'm going through these a little bit. This is a zipper gizmo thingy. I haven't done the zipper, so I don't know how useful it is. He does have a video on his channel somewhere about it, so I thought that was cool. This, I think, was what he had his Post-it notes for. He'll yell at me when I'm wrong. This is a pattern holder. It's kind of curved up here so that you can put your pattern in there, hold it up, and it's weighted. There's more. This is a really cool ruler holder. So you can put your rulers here, keep them out of the way. Yes, there's still even more. A really awesome coaster. Yeah, that one was the real fun. This, the only reason why I knew what this was is because I remember it from his video. You put this on a table, and it's on the edge of a table, and it's basically a bag hook or a purse hook. I don't carry a purse or merce, but the leverage basically traps it on the table like this from the weight of what you're holding. Really cool pin. I'm gonna have to see how it writes later because I am finicky on my writing. Look, I told you he spoiled us. There's still more. There's this container holder. It unscrews, so I can put like wonder clips and stuff in there, binding clips. I was just cautioned not to over tighten because they have an issue. A seam ripper, again, patented gnome. Another ruler base. Look, I did say, like, I didn't realize I was going to spend 10 minutes on Steven. A larger one of the hooks. A really cool thimble-shaped bin. Or a beanie hat. This is probably my favorite in the thing. I got one for doing a presentation at one of his retreats earlier, or I'm sorry, sometime last year. I think it was a spring retreat. And I use it, so this one I'm very excited to have a second one. On the bag, there's a cute little snowflake. Where's the front of me? Little Nomi. Card, and a freestanding lace gnome. And the bag that he made, and it says, "I'm sexy and I gnome it." So, I love this bag. And just when he thought Steven was done, he wasn't. He also gave a, and again, he didn't have to do any of this. I am very thankful. Oh, it's upside down. He gave the cutest little wall-hanging table runner thing. I thought this was really awesome. I love the little gnomies in it. It is so cute. And then there's also, and I'm probably going to have to lift up for this, this really awesome quilt. So that was a lot from Steven. Steven, you overdid yourself. Thank you so much. If you do like this next year, you're going to have started like 3 weeks ago. Oh. Stephanie also got me back my Socialites quilt. So I'm not going to open it up because it is freaking huge. But it is now quilted. I got a peek at the quilting in here. I am so excited. I have 400 inches of binding to create and put on here. That's a lot of binding. So that is on my list of things to do sometime as part of January and February. My current plan is to hand stitch the binding to the back, but there is a minor chance that I might change my mind, depending on how heavy it is and everything as I'm starting to work on that. And then that was all those things, but we also took a trip to a quilt shop called The Common Thread in Dahlonega. Gorgeous shop. They opened just for us, and I made a few purchases. I was not expecting, I mean, I was expecting to go, but I didn't expect all this awesomeness there. The first thing that I found was this gorgeous, gorgeous fat quarter bundle. It is called Cosmos. It has a lot of really gorgeous colors in there, and the pattern on there is just divine. I'll figure out what I'm going to do later, but I knew that I had to have that. They had some Tulip Pink handmade still, so I think I grabbed all of what was on this bolt. And then I grabbed some of this line. And then there was this gorgeous kit. Stephanie saw it first, and I was like, ooh, I really love that. So I conned myself into it as well. It's from Ben Artex, and it looks like a fairly, hopefully simple pattern. I haven't opened it up yet. And then this is going to be the backing for that. And the coyotes are out now. And then finally, this isn't normally me. Can you hear that? My microphone is kind of jiggling like you hear that. That's amazing. But these colors are not normally me, but it just spoke to me. The kit is called Fall Colors by Coach House Designs. It's got a lot of oranges and cinnamons. These are what I would like to call October in New England colors. New England in October colors. I think they both work. So I got this kit, and for the backing, this is just gorgeous. I love this shade, these oranges, the reds. It is just gorgeous. Oops. I also found this pattern that I thought was pretty fun, so I picked it up so that I could add it to my pattern collection for various things that I can do. I might end up doing a couple of these fat quarters in it, because these are fat quarter friendly patterns. So we will see what ends up happening with my entire haul. I haven't had goals in a few weeks. I did have a few goals set for the retreat, and I think I accomplished those. There was probably a couple things that I wanted to try to do, but I think I did enough. For what I do want to get accomplished this week is I want to get the Village Green quilted. I think I have the perfect thread color already, so I just need to get the backing seamed together and then put up on the long arm and figure out the quilting pattern. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to do, but I know it is going to take some time because of how large it is. And then hopefully I will have a chance to get more of the Fort Worth Fabric Studio lighted up quilt borders done. I think I said I had 3 borders to do. One of them is a simple border, and then I have the lights already pieced in a single border, so it's just all stitching straight lines at this point, and they're long straight lines, and those are always the more difficult and long ones to do, especially when you get a little bit of OCD, trying to make sure you're not getting too much tension or too little tension so they don't start going high and wave. So those are what I am currently planning. Hopefully I can muster up some time this week on either Monday or Tuesday or possibly Thursday. Wednesday, if you haven't heard, and I probably should put a separate little segment in here, but oh well, you're finding out at now. My friend Steven, while we were at the Georgia retreat, has decided, we have so much fun together in person at the retreat. Why don't we continue that on a monthly basis? So we are doing the social. And the first one is going to be this Wednesday at, I think it's 6 o'clock, could be 7. I'm going to have to look that up. I will be putting a link below in this video directly to his the first episode. So come join us there and have a lot of fun. We will see what else is going on with that. And then, yeah, next weekend, I'm going to have my 11sies on Saturday. Don't know what I'm sewing yet, but we will find that out. I just got to make sure whatever I'm sewing is small enough, because the second camera is basically right here, and I can't do the big borders and everything on there without bumping into the camera left and right. So still working on setup with that, but I do have 2 cameras now, and I can do really cool things with that. So that is about it for today. I know it's been a long video, but it has been a long time coming. I mean, you're talking 2 weeks of video in one. Thank you so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you aren't already. Subscribing is free, and it tells YouTube that you like my content, and it helps my channel grow. I hope you have a great rest of your evening and an awesome week. Until next time, stay happy and keep stitching.